Hello, and welcome to Scars of Disorder, episode 12?
12. Yes.
12? That sounds right.
That's right. 12 is right.
We're all here.
Nick's alive.
All the friends
Man.
are alive.
Hello.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Pretty good.
That's good. I'm glad.
It's a lot, but you got to do that sometimes.
We got to put on a brave face for the listeners.
Yes.
And then immediately
I'm-
pull the mask away.
As soon as we hit end stream, we will just go, ugh, and then we just hang up instantly.
And die.
No. We like each other. We all love each other. Yeah, it's incredibly nice to have you, Nick. I'm
Thanks,
sorry
man.
that health is just it's when health does that.
Yeah.
I
Health
know.
definitely does that, bud.
Oh my god. How's everyone been?
Oh,
Everyone's been good.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm
I
definitely
want- I
not
want-
just holding my mic right now. Definitely not doing that. Still
What
not.
happened here?
I tried to pack it when I went to New York, and it broke.
I just remember, what was it? Was it the first episode of Here's My Hearthlight?
Yeah, the
When
first actual
you're
episodes.
You're just sitting
That's-
on your bed, on the
Yeah.
hotel bed.
was that like a nice boom stand?
I mean, like, it was an adjustable one. It was pretty good.
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'll get one. Just-
Okay. All right.
Just haven't yet. Sorry.
We'll talk later.
Oh no!
You're not in trouble.
I was
wasn't
gonna
a year in
say, is
trouble.
he in
That wasn't a year in trouble. No, that wasn't a year in trouble. That was
Nick, you're in
you in
trouble
the
with the
office.
equipment manager.
I
don't
feel
have to-
like I'm in trouble.
I don't want you to pay for it.
It's gonna be like $20. It's fine.
That's why we have a podcast.
Oh,
Everybody support on Patreon.
Yeah.
so I can have a new mic stand, please.
So they can get a new mic stand. Yes.
Or if this is entertaining to you, then don't. Just lurk. You lurkers.
Yeah, lurkers.
The lurkers.
They do like lurk.
If you want to be a lurker, you can even lurk for $1.
Yeah. I would say a $1 lurker is the best kind of lurker.
Yeah.
Alyssa asked if I could shape a stand out of foil. This weighs like 3 pounds, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
No.
I would need a lot of
Yeah.
foil. Is the fact there?
And I feel like whenever I shape anything out of foil, I just instinctually wrap it around my head.
I would think you would want some sort of like hanging wire system. Like I'm thinking real like 90s
Oh.
boxer
That's fun.
announcer.
Yeah. That's fun. I like that.
Oh yeah,
That
Like
could work.
worship
Hold
team
on.
at Sunday morning
Yeah.
service.
yeah, I like that.
Wait, but
Oh.
you have a cat, right? That cat would come in and just start batting it around. Maybe that's more trouble.
Well, I don't know. You'd have to get on this desk, and I generally keep him off of it. So
Good.
So funny, Nick. You think you can tell a cat what to do?
you can train cats. It's just hard.
Mhm.
People just don't usually do it.
Yeah, a word I've been seeing a lot of like social media creators use is like how much tolerance cats have. Like, oh, they've built up a lot more tolerance to me, and they're just like like doing things to the cat that you never see someone do, like scruffing up his face or like waving his arms around. The cat's just sitting there, just like just taking it. Like, yeah, I have a very tolerant cat, and I'm like, okay, Stockholm
Maybe you should
syndrome
stop-
is
yeah,
what
maybe
you
you
mean, I
stop
guess.
torturing your cat. I don't know. Just a
I don't
thought.
know, I guess I don't know how cats work, but maybe I shouldn't
they
say that. I have cats
or
for you.
Are they
twice
holding
now,
you
like-
hostage?
Oh,
Yeah, they are.
classic reverse Stockholm syndrome. The Wookiee prisoner of Stockholm syndromes
Of pets.
of pets. You know, I didn't. Every single episode of Flying Western Podcast, I feel like Justin was like, "This will be the banter question for today." I didn't think of anything like that. Today, I was like, Nick will be the banter. We'll just talk
Nick,
about Nick.
I'm just a man. I don't have that much going on.
We'll just talk about you.
Okay. I don't know. I'm turning 30 this year. That's news.
That's exciting. That is
exciting.
big news. That's welcome.
Oh. So
30, 30, and flirty.
30 flirty and thriving.
Yeah.
So write that down.
Okay. Let me take a note of that. Put it in my notes app.
When you ever get it wrong again.
Put this in my GM notes. This is 12.
30, and
The movie's
30.
a masterpiece. I will not accept any critiques.
Yeah.
Is that from a
Um,
movie?
Yes.
That's a name of a movie.
13 going
Oh.
on 30. Like
Oh, and the
literally.
13 going on 30 is the
Okay,
name.
that's
of the
what I
movie.
was like. Is that
Right,
from 13
right.
going on
Yeah.
30? That is
Yeah,
I
great.
was just
I
saying,
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. No notes. Great
That was a
movie.
good movie. I enjoyed it better than Big with Tom Hanks. I found Big with Tom Hanks weird.
Mm,
It is weird.
that is
You know,
weird. I was
there
just
was a
watching that
while.
the other day.
There was a while where Rio was into the Thriller. Like during Halloween, he likes listening to Halloween music, so we listened to Thriller a lot. But we didn't want to show him the actual music video because it's kind
Yeah.
of spooky.
That's
So we showed him the
valid
dance
too.
scene in 13 going on 30.
There you
Dang.
go. There you go. That's a good one.
It's really
I
good.
also went through a phase where I really liked that music video for some reason.
The music.
It's a good music video. It's a solid music video.
Yeah, it's a good music video. Yeah.
It's classic for a reason.
Yeah. Because Nick wasn't able to make it last week, we rolled his growth and investment today, and he did get one.
I did.
He got
I'm not going to tell you what it is. Not because I don't know yet, but because I'm not going to tell you.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
It's secret.
But are y'all just ready to hop right on in?
No. But yeah,
We can wait.
cool.
Okay, now I'm ready.
All right. Just take a second and travel to the Four Nations with me as I pull up the page that I need to have up. All right. Previously on Scars of Disorder, our heroes made their escape from the Empty Moon pirates toward where they hope this so-called creeping meadow shack might be. After making camp in the forest and having some touching interpersonal moments together, they had a surprise visit from Geo-san, who, after being suspiciously cryptic and mysterious, launched a large signal fire blast in the air, prompting unseen figures in the trees to launch nets towards our young benders. But with some quick thinking on Haru's part, they were able to make a quick, albeit bumpy, escape down a nearby cliffside. Now, after their rough landing, they find themselves in a strange, foggy jungle. And maybe this is, for the first time in the past 12 or so hours, Ling Rong is the most conscious she's ever been.
So we just tumbled down a cliff, right?
Mhm.
Okay. What just happened?
Oh,
Where
Lang,
are we?
you're awake.
Yes, I was. I think I was sleeping. I don't think I've ever slept like that before. What?
You
Where
were
are
super
we?
unconscious,
Oh,
like really unconscious.
did I take like a mortal blow or?
I mean, like you did a lot of sleeping, so I think you're better now.
Oh, wow. It's new for me.
So not mortal blow. Just tired, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not quite sure what happened either. We were sleeping, and then all of a sudden, the mountain started sliding, and I was airbending, and then there was rocks behind us, and then there was trees in front of us, and now we're here, and these vines are like crawling on my pants.
They're crawling up your pants.
Yeah, mine too. We should let's talk while we move.
What? we fell down a mountain. I feel great, like way better than the last I remember, which was I was kind of like dozing by the fire. I think Haru was saying that he was the son of the Fire Lord or something.
Assassin of the Fire Lord.
Assassin of the Fire Lord. Right, that
so-
would make you a prince if you were this. That, yeah, that's fair.
Ling, I don't think we're supposed to call him that anymore. Do you have a name, the formerly Haru, that we should call you? Ruha?
Ruha.
Haru's fine for now.
Yeah, he's they've chosen the name. That's fine.
Sharkbait, Ruhaha.
Well, I'm still pretending to be. Let's keep moving. There's still a lot I feel like I gotta catch y'all up on.
Yeah, these vines. Just stay out of my pants.
What are you... Oh, yes, they are. They're grippy. She just starts like sidling forward. Can we go then? This
Let's
is
move.
very unpleasant.
As you guys are moving, as I already said last week to you, while you were like sort of up above the canopy of this previously unseen forest, I want to make it known to you how you didn't really fully realize there was like a thick jungle here because the canopy was sort of veiled by this thick layer of fog, and fog is ever present in this jungle as well. But while you were above the canopy of this forest, just on that cliffside, you heard, the sounds of crickets chirping, of what are there other sounds that the strange hybrid animals of the Four Nations make at night, those things. But down here, it is eerily silent, other than the less than frequent, like echoing creaking of wood, or maybe every now and then like a rustle here and there in the brush. But other than that, it is very quiet. And every time you speak or step on a twig that snaps, it echoes in your ears, and it almost makes you nervous how loud it is. And what you were talking about with the moss or the vines on the floor sort of clinging, the effect that it has on each of your steps, it almost seems like it's lightly tugging at your feet every time you take a step, just adding to the fatigue of walking, almost like you're forced to walk in like slow motion, almost like you're walking in a dream, right? You know how it feels like when you're trying to walk or run from something in a dream, you can just never quite go as fast as you'd like to. That's sort of how this feels. But Justin asked in the private chat, is this forest difficult terrain? Yes, but we're not using a grid for a combat, so it'll just take two what's the defender maneuver thing called? Caesar positions to get to your end.
Right? You have to spend a fatigue automatically to avoid resisting.
What's up?
I find all of this very, very unsettling, and I'm just going to. And Ling will pull the water out of all of the like grass and like small brush that is in front of us and around us, and kill everything.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay. Okay. Give me a push your luck.
Push my luck. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's one of your best stats.
Which for me means that I roll +0 instead
Yeah.
of -1. Thank you for that.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Give me a second.
Needs to
Give me
get
a second.
dice, apparently.
This man just left. I think he's gonna go build himself a new mic stand.
What's that? He's got a lot of foil.
So much tinfoil.
Nick,
It's
I don't
like
think that's gonna work.
I feel like there's a burrito truck out there that's missing its industrial supply of tinfoil.
No, I could never separate those guys from their tinfoil. I wouldn't survive. Okay. Do I have to tell you the number?
Yes. Remember,
Oh, 4.
after you remember when people help 4? Remember when people help you, they add +2.
I mean, May could burn it, but like no one's gonna help me bend the water out of this.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is to kill the plants so they stop
Yeah.
tugging at you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could create like a little like earth
I mean, I
divot.
could like burn it, and then like Ling could put the fire out, but that would
That would
make
bring the
me
fire much-
doing it, not Ling doing it. You know?
Can I also ask why I'd say push my luck? Is it because there's
Um,
something else at work here?
There's something
because-
else here. Yeah.
Okay,
because
all right.
These aren't just normal plants. I think maybe maybe even if you have like done this, like drawn the moisture out of plants, this seems a little difficult. You've never drawn the moisture out of plants and felt like
There's resistance.
I'm sorry.
plants
This is
fight
usually I'm usually better at this. I don't have a.
yeah.
This isn't. This isn't.
So does
usual
anyone
for
want to
me.
help, or do you just want to take the 4?
Teto is not going to help. There's something about these
Yeah.
plants. They're almost lifelike. And so the idea of he's not sure if they're like alive or if they're plants.
Plants
And
aren't alive.
he's gonna yeah, but he eats plants,
Oh,
but not animals. So he's wondering if there can be hybrid animals. Can there be hybrid plant animals, plantimals? It's going through his mind. He will not help kill these plants.
So
I-
I mean, I don't know how I can
would
help
say
with.
if yeah,
yeah,
would
it's
say
fine.
if
I failed.
Haru- Okay, okay, yeah. It's a
I
fail.
don't think I would help either because I think I'm
Yeah.
I'm
So-
cautious about pushing back.
Linkrong just like does some water bending like forms and nothing happens. I'm assuming.
Yeah, so something does happen because I get a
Oh.
GM move. But also first, you get either a growth or a recovery check because you missed.
Yay!
As you try to do this, try to kill the plants around you, like you feel that, you feel resistance, right? Like almost you obviously wouldn't know how this feels, but like it's you'd be like, it's like similar to like blood bending, right? Like it's almost like there's this being that's fighting back that you need to like bend the moisture in. And then you do hear this like, I said like there was like creaking, the sound of like wood creaking. You somewhat hear that from the plants, but it's more of like a shrieking, right? Like almost like a 1,000 crickets chirping turned up like 1,000, and you hear it all around you. And instinctually, you will have to put your hands around your ears as there's this shift in the ground around you, and it's sort of the plants sort of all like twist and move, and this movement leads quickly towards this large tree with a hole in the middle of it that sort of thuds against the tree.
Oh, I don't like this. This is the whole
I
sound.
did not intend to do that.
This
And
is-
in this hole, in this dark hole, you hear and 4 sets of eyes, yellow eyes, emerge as this creature slowly walks out. He has like this like fleshy, almost blubbery-esque skin. He walks like a feline, but on his head he has these 2 flaps sort of hanging off that move in like reaction to things, almost like whiskers moving. It's a panther ray. And
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
what do you guys do?
I immediately like light my fist on fire so we can get a better look. Because I feel like it's dark, right?
Yeah.
dark.
So it's dark. You saw this a little bit. You light your fist on fire, and you see this thing in all of its horrifyingness.
Okay.
Well,
So
we should run.
we should.
Yeah.
We should run. I'm running, and Ling runs.
As soon as if one person starts running, it pounces. So it's at first stalking, but it pounces, begins chasing after you guys.
So I'm
I
staying still.
definitely-
I'm just
Oh,
like,
is it chasing after me?
Yeah. Oh, you're the only one who ran as far as I know.
Yeah.
So May's saying still, what's Haru and Tato doing?
I think Haru would have run if Link said to run.
Okay. Tato?
That was my inclination as well too, is to bounce, just to get out of there.
Yeah, Teto's gonna run. He's gonna run in the opposite direction.
I love it.
He's splitting off because he knows that there's only one, and if 4 people are running,
Yeah.
So 1 in 4 or
Yeah.
1 or 3 chance that he's not going to be chased.
I think it would first start to
Cool.
chase Ling. And you see as it passes Yume, it sort of it makes a point to avoid you with your arms engulfed in fire, but it starts to give chase to Ling. Unless May, you're standing still, you want to do something.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. I guess I'm gonna push my luck, I guess.
Or
With
tell me what you're doing in the fiction, and I'll let you know if it's like either rely on your trainings or push your luck. She just pulls out a sword out of nowhere.
I know I don't have one of those, but and I'm pretty sure it would have like killed me on the way down.
Oh,
But
yeah. It's probably a good thing you didn't have one of those.
yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, I'll let you decide, but I kind of want to just like shoot out some fire so it makes like a line, like a wall almost. I don't think it's strong enough to stop it entirely, but it might like slow it down because I might get a little scared and have to hop over it. But I want to do it in such a way that it doesn't know it was me who ignited it.
Yeah, and so you mainly want to stop it from chasing Ling.
Or at least like slow it down, like give them a little bit more like a head start.
More time.
Like
Yeah.
either or.
Yeah. I think that'll just be but you wanna try to make it, yeah, give me a push your luck, because specifically you're trying to make it be like you're trying to like cast this stealthily and try to, because you're right there and you're trying to draw attention away from you, it is gonna be pretty difficult.
Do I have to add anything or just subtract anything?
Add your passion. But you do okay. Yeah, so you just roll 2 dice because you're also guilty, so you have a -2 to push your luck. So you just roll 2 dice and you're gonna take the result raw.
All right, it says 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is still a consequence, but you get a lucky opportunity despite the cost. So you throw up this firewall, and this panther ray just like snarls in response, and it does seem like put it on its back foot a little bit. But now it does seem just solely focused on you now. Like at first it wasn't really paying attention to you. It was about to go for Lingrong, but now through this wall of fire, you just see this panther just snarling at you, looking at you right in the eye. But the lucky opportunity. Here's the lucky opportunity. Because you lit the floor on fire and the moss and the vines on the floor are all there, you once again trigger that shrieking sound, that piercing shriek, which causes you to wince a little bit. You felt it before, so you kind of saw it coming, but the panther has a horrible reaction to it. His head goes to the floor as he begins like whining, and I guess the panther could either be a he or a she. I don't need to pre-gender the panther, but the panther just starts whining and giving you a window to do something as the fire is causing the nature to shriek.
Might be another push your luck.
Well, why? What are you doing?
I want to ride this thing. I don't know how.
Yes.
Well, we ran out of our like eel things, so like, we need
You're gonna try to
something.
tame this panther ray?
So fair.
It's big.
So
It's
Like
very
whip
big.
out fire
Big.
and crack it.
Yeah, I never said this, but it's like bigger than a normal panther, right? It's like a large.
We assumed it was very large. We got
Yeah,
it.
I
We got
pictured
that.
it being very large.
Okay,
I was
what
picturing like
do
a
you
little
do?
tabby cat.
Oh my god! You guys go "Ah!" and all run.
Run,
He's like,
run a
"What?"
different direction.
What do you do? What does May do?
It's
Try to ride this thing.
it's vulnerable right now, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, its eyes are
Bird.
closed, and you can see like it's like the manta ray flaps on its head are sort of like flapped down as his paws are sort of like covering his head as the flames are causing the plants to shriek.
Okay. Well, like I said, it'll probably be a push my luck, but I'd like to like. How big is this thing? Can I hop on this on right
It's big.
in between the shoulders? blade?
I'd say
How
it's like
close?
slightly smaller than the eel hounds. You can, I mean, you can probably,
Yeah.
it's probably like as big as a horse, right? But a little longer because it's a panther and they're long. They're long boys.
People ride horses all the time.
Yeah,
Yes,
and if
you're
it's
so
slightly
right.
smaller than the eel hound, then I can probably hop on this thing's back because I hopped on the eel's
Yeah.
back. So,
So is that
yeah.
all you're gonna try to do? Just try to hop on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on it, and I'm just gonna try to like calm it down and like maybe hold its ears down because it's in pain.
Okay.
Is it an
Whenever I'm
attempt?
stressed out,
to,
it'll
like-
always calm me down. Somebody jumps on my back.
Yeah.
Honestly, same. All right. Okay. I think you're right. I think it will be a push your luck. Just let me. I'm looking through.
Just realized I was muted. I said, if you're having sensory overload, some hand earmuffs are pretty good actually, and are sometimes welcome, depending on.
I mean, that's exactly what this panther ray was doing.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. I
we'll
think it's just
see.
a push your luck, and so it'll once again just be the roll of the dice, whatever the value on your dice is.
9.
9. Okay. All right. That's good. It's really unfortunate all your companions ran away.
And I wait, no, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I mean-
I didn't say we kept running. If there was fire,
Yeah.
can
Also,
I
think
see what's
you were
going on
responsible
and
to
help?
fire, and you guys probably would have been stopped in your tracks from the shrieking too.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help
So-
by putting out the fire?
Oh,
Mm,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, like the flames that are in
Yeah.
front of it, they're making the screeching happen.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Okay, now I'm on its back, and then it stops. So we're gonna see what
Yeah.
happens
Yeah.
after this.
Well, you're trying to calm it down. I don't know.
Yep.
I think
Yeah,
I
so we'll see
think
what
that-
happens.
I think that will help. I think so. Go ahead and mark a fatigue, Ling, to bring
Okay,
Monroe's
fatigue.
roll, or May's roll rather, to a 10. So there's a cost, but there's a lucky opportunity that falls in your lap.
Does this count as offering aid or support to someone competent?
I
I don't
think so.
I am competent.
Does that
Yes.
mean I could clear insecure if I want?
I mean, I
Wait,
don't
what-
know if what I'm doing is the
what gives
best of choices, but I would say I am competent.
Is it broken that gives you that?
No, that's just how you clear insecure, dude. So you have conditions. There's ways to clear them.
Oh no, I have here take foolhardy actions without talking to your companions.
Yeah, that's right. These are an old sheet, and we had to
Oh,
update some of these.
Oh, you're looking on here.
what is?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
so the
what's
real
this-
one is the real insecure clear condition is take foolhardy action without talking to your companions.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
And honestly,
I really need.
I'm gonna say May, you can clear insecure because you decided to try to ride this panther ray.
Yeah, that's it.
But
Or I still did it even if I was insecure.
yes. So May, you hop on this panther ray. As you hop on that, you notice water plunge onto the flames that you made, ceasing the shrieking, making the panther calm down a little bit. I think the lucky opportunity is because you hopped on the panther while he was still very much so overstimulated. It almost seems to, like, at first not take too much notice that you are on its back. So, but because of that, it once again sees Ling Hong, because Ling Hong was the one who launched the water, and it begins giving chase towards Ling Hong with you on its back.
Is there something I can hold on to that might be able, like, I know he's blubbery, but is there anything I
Yeah,
can kind of
so-
tug at to maybe?
Grab him by the gills.
So at the
Slow-
end of
slow it down.
at the end of each of its like manta ray flaps on the back, there are these little like tails.
Mhm.
So you can like hold on to those.
All right, can I like tug at them just a little bit, just to like not to hurt it, but just to
Like
kinda,
rein him in.
Yeah,
Okay, have you ever seen one of these before, May? I just want to do you know anything about these?
I've
That's what
never
I'm-
seen this ray thing, panther, before. No,
Panther Ray.
panther
okay.
ray. No.
Okay,
I've
so-
I
never
don't even know what
watched.
it's called.
Yeah. Ling, because it's also giving chase to you. Do you do anything?
I think she sees what. I'm still trying to clear insecure. So I think Ling kneels onto the ground and puts both of her hands, palms up, onto the ground. The universal sign of capitulation
Okay.
and surrender.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Also, Haru Roteta, if there's
And bows
anything
her
you wanna
head.
do, just let me know. All right. May, give me another push your luck. May's trying to tame this
It's
panther
better-
ray. He's gonna be rolling a lot of these for a second, all right?
Oh my god, 6 and 3 this time instead of 5 and 4.
That's another 9.
Wild,
Okay.
wild.
Can I count? Can I count what I'm doing as helping, or do you
Yeah,
think it's helping?
if you want to mark a fatigue,
Yeah, dude.
then yeah. So
I'll
you're-
make that a
you're-
10.
You're kneeling on you're on your knees with your hands on the ground, palm up,
And my head down.
and your head down. Okay. So brings it to a 10. Okay.
My hands are
Okay.
sweating.
Does that count as taking a
Um,
foolhardy action without talking to my companions? Trying to clear
Gee,
these damn
I'm giving
conditions.
it up.
I think if you would have started attacking the panther ray,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
then that would have been it. But because so May, you tug at the little angler tentacly
and-
thing to the back of this
Yeah.
panther ray's head, and it shrieks in response. It has a shriek with this clicking tone underneath it as you do this. And that echoes throughout the forest. Some of the birds and the trees fly in response to that. But as it shrieks, it also screeches to a stop right in front of Ling.
Hop on.
Can I? Yeah, I will. Can I extend my mist fail as I try to jump onto the back of this thing and try to soothe its feelings and calm it down, using essentially rejuvenation.
Yeah, so you're trying to use your misfeel to sort of envelop this panther and sort of calm it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. I don't know if you have
Yeah.
to say it again. Okay, you said it again.
Yeah. Give me
More time.
a yeah. Give me. I think this is your whole thing, Ling. Give me.
I'm
your
getting.
whole
Yeah.
training.
I'm not trying to close a wound or anything. Just
Yeah.
just make them feel good,
Sato, wherever you are, I don't know where you are, but in response to this shriek, somewhere behind you, you hear this deep groan.
Oh, thank God. I rolled a 9. Wait, relies on skills and training. That's for the focus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolled a 9.
Yeah.
It's our lucky number
Yeah.
today.
9. Did you already -2 from insecure?
No, 7.
Okay. Yeah, you do it, but you do it imperfectly. So there's some consequences. You can either accept them or mark 1 fatigue. So you have 1 fatigue to mark, which is crazy. You notice in response to this mist, at first, sort of subconsciously, the panther ray seems to react well to it, but as it begins to see the mist enveloping it, it begins to freak out. And honestly, both you, Ling Hong, and May know that at any moment now, in the next second or so, the panther will just flee. Will leave into the forest with May on its back.
Okay, I'm going to resist that consequence. I will clear the mist from around its head and as I notice that is happening, and I will resist that consequence.
Okay. insane. You know, you were not at 5 fatigue for like a little bit.
It was how long has this been recording? It's been like 20 minutes. And now I'm back.
Yes.
Right where I belong.
And yeah, standing before you is this large panther ray with May on its back. A quick cut. I just mentioned to Teto that you heard this groaning behind you, right? It was kind of like it was in response to that panther ray shrieking.
Yeah,
It seems to
and
be a little bit of a distance behind you, but you begin to hear it more and more in like a sequence, getting closer and closer.
sure, Danny, I'll give you this as well. Teto has jetted. He is gone. Like he there was something primal that happened inside of him. I think his survival principle was pulling on him, so he split. And as
if that's the case, then sorry, what were you saying?
Still
What were you
running.
oh no, but he heard the commotion, so he's stopped. But and now he wants to make his way back to where the rest of the group is. But I'll give you that. That's what happened. So you
Okay,
can
yeah.
set the scene.
Yeah, so I think you still hear that then. And it's as you're starting to make your way back to the group, you hear this like the sound of like groaning, almost like wood groaning, coming up behind you as you're making your way back towards the group.
He stops and turns and says, "Hello."
The sound that you hear, it seems to be kind of somewhat similar to the sound that you've heard the trees here make before, right? Like the trees are just like groaning and creaking. And if you look in a distance, this is a very thick jungle. Like, it's a very dense jungle. And as you look in the distance, because like I said, the groaning still sounds pretty distant. You like hear commotion in the distance from where the groaning is coming from. And if you like peer your eyes, you swear you see several figures swinging in the jungle in the distance, coming towards you. And that's where the groaning seems to be coming from. The trees almost seem to be groaning in response to these figures, using them to maneuver.
I'm going to go ahead and take quick stock of the surroundings. He's going to see, again, like what is the quickest path. He's going to narratively assess the situation.
Okay, yes. yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah. Give me one of those rolls.
I got a 6 on the dice plus 2 with creativity, so I'm at 8.
Nice.
Oh, plus
Nice.
stats. That's crazy.
Isn't that great?
I wish I could do that.
So you can
keep
ask-
sailing enough, and you'll get there one day.
You can ask a question from the list. Do you need a reminder of the list of questions? Or you can answer. Yeah, you can ask questions.
I'm gonna. So there's a commotion coming from one direction. There is the scuffle that's happening back between.
Yes. But it has silenced.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to ask who or what is in the greatest danger.
Okay. Yeah, and you get a +1 ongoing to act on this answer that I give you. So it seems to you now that you just get this feeling, and I think being an air nomad, you just have a higher sense of things like this. You just get this feeling that your friends that you've left aren't in as much danger as they were, right? You now get a sense that you, being the closest to this group of figures quickly rushing towards you, that you right now are probably in the greatest danger now.
As he taps into his instincts, he's going to feel the ominous presence of these figures that are unknown. He's going to feel shook on the inside, and he is not going to be brave in this moment. He is going to run and try to get back to where, at least, close enough to his friends, but maybe not close enough to the fighting.
Yes, yes. Justin, what is Haru doing?
I know I said I was following Ling. I kind of love us being split up in this creepy forest, though. It feels very narratively appropriate.
It does
I
feel
know,
very
it's
narrative
super
appropriate.
fun.
Yeah.
So I
Sam,
think in
do-
the yeah,
sorry, I was gonna say, Sam, I do very much so agree with you. I think I do want to shift you towards survival in that sense. But yes, what were you saying, Justin?
yeah, I think in the chaos, even though Ling stopped and went back, I think I didn't see that and I just kept running.
Yeah.
I love this. This is fun.
And that's Teto did
And
say
that's
that
in
he
the
ran in the
opposite
opposite
direction.
direction.
So
that's
yeah,
the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're just running. I think you heard that shriek from the panther, which was a new shriek. It wasn't the same one that you heard from like the plants. You could tell because it was like a shriek with like a clicking like sound underneath it. You could tell it was from the panther. And when there's sound, so you heard silence underneath that. But is Haru just running? Just like running?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And I'd like to note it's not that because he's afraid. I can't mark afraid, so he's not afraid. It's just that he thought the plan was to all run.
Yeah, and also he's probably like, I'm not gonna fight a panther. I can't. I don't even know what this thing is. All right. So I think then Justin, we'll get back to Haru if that's all right.
That's great.
But yes, May and Ling. Well, Ling, standing before you is this large panther ray, atop which is your friend May. And it seems to be it's like sort of like standing there panting. It seems very fatigued from what just happened. It just went through a lot. So it's just sort of sitting there just like panting with its head down.
Ling is not breathing and just looking up at this thing.
Hey, you want to get on?
Her mouth like moves a little bit, and then she just nods slowly and starts like very slowly inching like around the face of the panther.
Yeah, I think the panther ray like winces a little bit in response to you moving towards it, but then calms down a little bit. It doesn't lower itself for you or anything.
She like pats it on the side, like on its shoulder, and then she gets like tries to like climb up onto it.
Yeah, I think it's a
She
little.
has not said a word. It is still not breathing.
Yeah, like I said, it's like not furry. It's like its skin is almost like blubber. It's like the skin of a manta ray, right?
It's like leathery,
slippery.
Yeah, like leathery. Yeah, and yeah, I think you struggle a bit, but you do get on. As soon as you do get on, bursting into this clearing that you guys are in is Teto.
Teto, shh.
And Teto is now confronted with just a very odd sight. He's pretty unnerved by the what's it?
Everything that's happening.
The Panthera ray. Is that what we're calling it?
Sure.
Yeah, call it whatever you want at this point, honestly. I was calling it a panther ray.
And so he has just come. He went away, and then he heard the groaning, and then he saw the like this figure swinging through the trees, and now he's come back and has burst upon this scene, and is weirded out. But looking over the faces of his companions, I think he can tell that the situation is under control. But whatever is coming after him, he's freaked out about, and so he's gonna just look over his shoulder and point and be like, something's coming. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna not be here. I'm gonna go this way. And he's gonna then go in the direction that Haru went. So
yeah,
this is a freaky situation. Because the panther ray came out of what? It was a hole in a tree.
Like a huge tree, like a hollow tree with like a hole at the base of it.
So if he had gone west and come back to the tree, now he's going to go east and he's going to gesture to them to follow him, and he's going to sort of push a big stream of air forward to clear the brush, and then
Yeah.
that's going to make a path, and he's going to go down that path.
Yeah, I don't think I even need to roll for that, but yeah, so he does that, Teto does that and runs. Ling and May, you also begin to hear the groaning and some
Should we follow
commotion. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna like
Do you know
tug
how?
at the I'm gonna tug at the panther so that we can kind of chase after Teto.
Oh, put the
And
key
then,
in for the ignition.
And then as we were like running, like first off, are we like successful at that to like get him to get the panther ray?
You know what?
going?
I think in any other situation, I think to try to like train this animal, I don't know, I might want to roll, but because the panther also hears this commotion and seems startled by it, it doesn't take much to nudge him to start
Yeah, we're on the same
running
page.
in that direction.
Okay.
All right.
So
Nice.
as we're like, I guess we're running right after Teto, basically. So is there a way that I can, as we're chasing him, because I'm pretty sure we're faster, can like I pick him up and throw him back there
So I was gonna say, I think
with
this
momentum?
panther, with both you and Ling Hrong on it, I think it's at max capacity. You
Well,
might be
It's
able to
not
like,
that huge.
drag him behind or something.
I
I think I want to argue that Teto can keep up because he knows how to do wind running.
He is an airbender. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And Aang can move. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the show. He can really, really move.
Oh, really move. Yeah. So right as you guys begin to move, you hear whatever this group is that's swinging in the trees getting closer to you, and you hear the groaning of the trees get closer. And as you start moving away, you hear what seems to be like the yells of like men, of like humans up in the trees, like like they went that way. And but you can't really make out what's happening because the this jungle is so dense, but you do hear like voices of people.
And that's voices.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
Right. We cut to a scene of Haru. We hear nothing but just him and his breath as he's just running in the jungle. Do you ever stop? Because you're pretty far ahead of him. Because you were just running during everything that happened.
Yeah. I don't think I do.
Yeah. So you run into something. For a split second, you run into what you swear is the figure of the Fire Lord, just standing there sturdily.
Instant,
you fall back.
just rocks. Stand up and toss rocks at it.
Yeah. You find yourself just haymakering a tree.
Oh, it's a tree. I thought you meant like
It's a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's not. It's okay. It's
And you
okay.
hear footsteps behind you, and followed by a voice saying "disappointment."
And I'll throw a rock at where I hear the voice.
You throw a rock, and there's nothing behind you.
Need to. Where did everyone go? I thought they were right behind me.
And then the next thing you hear is no groaning, but the canopy of this foggy jungle rustling. And you can barely make out the tall canopy of this. But as you look up in response to these trees rustling, because you also like the leaves begin falling on you as well. You swear for like a second, cutting through the fog, this huge serpentine figure just moving between the trees of this canopy.
I'll get low and start. Am I in like a clearing, or is it still just all dense forest?
Yeah, it's like a smaller clearing than the one where you encounter the panther ray, but it is somewhat of a clearing.
I'm assuming if I were to go back, it would be through the clearing, so I don't go that way. I stay low and keep moving the way I was moving, and hope that they'll find me.
Okay. The rest of you, as you're just running, it's crazy. I should have looked up the rules for a chase because that would have been perfect. But I think where we're at is fine. Do you guys just keep running straight? It does seem like this group of figures following you is gaining on the three of you, and they're like high above as well.
And do May and Ling, do they also observe these figures, or this is just Teto?
All three of you, like, you haven't really like observed the figures because, like I said, this whole jungle is very dense, and as the trees get a little higher up, they sort of twist and like form like into each other, and so it's even like harder to see like that close to the canopy. But you do know that there are some sort of figures following you. May and
Teto's-
Ling did hear their voices.
Yeah, Teto's not going to look backwards. He's just going to sense them with his air sense, but he's going to keep running until somebody tells him otherwise.
And can I like shoot like a little ball of fire into one of the directions of where the voices are coming at, so we can get a little better like sense of what we're looking at or what's chasing us?
Yeah, like you're more so you're not really trying to like hit something. You're more so trying to clear away the canopy to try to see what these are.
Yeah, just get more like visuals of what it is.
Like light, literally from the fire.
Yeah.
Also, Ling will like shout out like, "Who are you? We are trying to hurt you. We're just travelers." And just like it's mostly confusion.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think I need to roll from May because you're able to just shoot out a ball of fire, and you do see these figures that seem to be, for a split second, they look like people, right? Wearing like darker robes. I'm just gonna give you this. You do see some of them seem to be dressed like pretty similar to how Teto's dressed. And Ling, what do you say?
Teto, they're wearing your robes.
No, May's on it. May's on it.
We have one of you. Don't hurt us.
Teto's really confused. He's like, "No, I'm wearing my robes."
Can I just keep shooting like little balls of light up just to maintain visual at all times, since I'm not running, I'm just riding at this point.
I love it. Yeah, because I think you're also like barely even controlling the panther ray, because the panther ray is running on its own. It's like like
I'm 100% okay with where we're going on this thing. I'm not like trying to direct it or anything.
Yeah, away. That's the way we're going.
Ling, so what do you say to them?
At first she said that like, we don't mean you any harm. We're just travelers. And then she said like, who are you? And then if she got any sight of them the same as May and saw like the similar robes, she would be like, "We have one of your order with us. Please don't hurt us." Basically that.
Okay. I don't think this is a plead, but I think it's a roll.
Okay.
What moves do you have? Oh, wait a minute.
Well, your new move is appropriate.
You did just because here's the thing. Like I said, it's not a plead because I don't necessarily think they might care what you think too much. But why don't you go ahead and tell us the new move that you literally just did?
I can't use it, but I will tell you if I could use it.
Oh, you're so right. You can't use it.
I took Making Them Listen from the Authority playbook, which lets me, when I try to plead with an NPC, I can mark 2 fatigue to make them care if they wouldn't normally care.
But this isn't a
Like
plead.
what I think. But this, it could have. I could have made it a plead.
Could have been if he had the fatigue to spare.
Yeah.
I don't have any fatigue. I don't even have the conditions to spare. So
Yeah.
Teto will turn around real quick and guide and comfort Ling twice.
So in this case, then Ling, I think
Teto will look right at Ling and be like, "You should have been guided and comforted by me earlier. I'm still mad at you."
I feel better. I feel worse.
in this case, Ling, I
Teto
think
will
it
say
is just a
nothing and
push
keep
your
running.
luck. Yeah, I think it's just a push your luck then, Ling.
Okay, well, I will do so. That's with passion, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
-2 from being guilty,
I'll be guilty.
but I rolled an 11, so
Oh,
that's a 9.
that's a 9.
We'll keep it
That's
rolling with
within
9s.
that's within help range, and you have 2 friends with you.
Yeah, describe what you're doing, and we'll see how we can catch
Mhm.
you up.
Yeah,
to-
what
that
is
is just the roll for what she's been saying, like shouting up to them
Hmm.
that we mean them no harm, that you are wearing similar robes.
Well, maybe Teto, as a help, will say, "Yeah, I'm a pacifist," to reinforce.
Ooh,
I'm
okay,
learning
yeah.
to be one.
Yeah, so go ahead and
She's not
mark it.
doing great.
Teto.
But I guess effort is something.
Go ahead and mark a
It's not the
fatigue.
time.
Teto. It's a push your
When
luck.
is
So
the
this
time,
is
Ling?
a-
You were asleep all yesterday. We had our good bonding over the campfire.
I was sort of awake for that.
You kept
All right,
saying,
so-
"I have a concussion. A concussion." Nobody knows what that is, Ling.
Damn.
Are we still like run? Are they run? Is
Yeah,
Teto
you're still running.
So this was a push your luck. So there's a cost, but there is still a luck opportunity despite that. So you yell that. Teto says, "I'm a pacifist." So here's the cost. As you're saying this, you're sort of looking up. I imagine like Ling's like cupping, like her hands around her mouth, to yell at them. You sort of lose your balance on this panther a little bit as you fall, and your foot sort of gets stuck in like its gills. I've decided now it has gills on the side of its body. And as you're sort of like just like being like dragged by this panther, as it's now also in pain because your foot's in its gills, Ling. It's crazy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Haru, very quickly,
Yeesh.
you also hear behind you the groaning from these trees, this commotion, and what you swear is your friends' voices yelling. As whether you do or don't turn instinctually towards this,
Yeah.
very quickly, just through the brush, the large panther alongside Teto, carrying a Ling and a Mei on its back, sort of like bump into you, like run into you. Like
Yeah,
essentially
maybe not
back
your
to-
Mei and Ling, but a Mei and Ling.
Yeah, right. Who knows? Maybe I'm in
And
holy spirits, and I'll just
yeah, you
start-
find
I'll
yourselves
get
in
up.
like this. I was gonna say you find yourselves in like this tumbling like dog pile.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this
Great.
Panther Ray
Okay, second time this morning.
and the 4 of you. Yeah.
I'm assuming
as-
it is like very, very early morning. Like still
At this
dark,
point,
but-
yeah. At this
Yeah.
point, yeah. It's like very, very early morning, like first light. As you guys skid to a stop in this other clearing, there's clearings in the jungle, and before you guys have much time to sort of gather yourselves again, landing around you from the canopy, are several human peoples.
I think Haru will like turn towards Ling and Mei and just be like, "Friends or enemies?"
Wait, to me? To
Yeah.
Ling? Oh. I have no idea.
Neither
They
do
won't
I.
talk to us. They're
They
very
just-
creepy.
They were swinging,
They were
Hopefully
swinging.
future friends.
but they look like
And
they
you-
dress like him.
Yeah, they were
Right.
dressed like
And
that.
a bunch of them have like air like balls. that they're bending. One has this like swirling air as if it's like a whip around him in preparation.
Oh my
As
gosh, airbenders! And Tetra will pop up, and he will spin up. I don't know what's the thing that Aang does.
The air scooter. Well, I mean, if you do, you're inventing it 400 years before Aang does.
Yeah, Aang invents the air scooter. It's
No.
Aang.
The where he'll
The
he'll
low
like
ball?
levitate and
Oh,
spin around.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and he'll be like, oh, look, me too. And he's got his hands facing each other, and there's rotating, I don't know, debris or leaves that he's kicking up in a funnel.
Tell me this, Teto. Would Teto recognize Monk Harmong from the Balu Spiral?
Not necessarily, but he would recognize other air nomads from spirals.
Yeah. And so you see this air nomad step forward, almost like ready to fight. And he goes, "What business do you have here? Are you an air nomad?"
I am. I'm an actual air nomad. Don't confuse us with the nomads from the temple. They're not nomads. They're just airbenders. They live in temples. They don't travel around. But it looks like you do too. I'm from the Orban Spiral. My name is Teto.
And we're his friends.
These are my friends.
I
This monk sort of like is taken aback by that. He scans over you, Teto, as well as all your friends and the Panther Ray, who has just started to get back up.
This is our Panther Ray, I think. Is it ours?
Well, we're forming a relationship.
Maybe we're like custodians. And I turned back to Harmung, and we don't believe in owning animals. We're in a partnership with them.
We're trying to be. We're making friends. Well, that's what.
Yes.
will just like pat it on the neck, like
Please calm down. Please be my friend.
He's still in a fighting stance. He says, "You're from the Orban Spiral, you said."
Yes. We follow Monk Orban. What's your name?
My name is Harmung. I think we still need to take the four of you in.
To where?
Yeah, we
That
You'll
sounds
be
like a great
safe.
idea.
You'll be safe. We just want to make sure you're not a part of the Ghost Tigers.
The what?
yeah.
Who?
Never heard of that.
I'm sorry, the what tigers?
This is a
Alright.
panther. Not a tiger.
Ghosts? You're saying
Easy
ghosts?
confused.
Go
Here's my
ghost.
proposition. Here's my proposition.
Haru's
We'll
knees
take it.
started
That's a
clicking
great
together.
idea. And Teto will, before Harmung can even say anything, will turn to his companions and say, "We can totally trust these folks."
We just can. Okay.
You sure about that, Teto?
I mean,
Yes.
he's gonna say yes. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
You gotta
As-
ask. It's
as
enough
that-
for me.
Yeah, as you guys are talking, the people surrounding you begin approaching you, and they begin to grab your hands, put them behind your back. To tie
whoa,
your hands.
whoa, hey,
They're
whoa,
not-
and immediately pull away. We
we're
didn't.
already. Are we sitting on top of this panther ray?
Are we under arrest?
Oh no,
Is
you guys
this
are
some
all.
this some
we all,
God's
like,
reading
fell
that I
off.
don't know about? Have I been away from the spirals too long?
You guys are. May, you're off the panther right now because like you like tumbled.
Oh, okay.
Teto, are you sure we can trust him?
You
I
need to understand,
am
as I
Sure.
as I've said, we don't know if we can trust you all yet. So
Harmung,
as I said, you'll be safe, but
Hmm.
I need to take you to my people, and so you can talk to me and my sister. All right?
I'll turn back to them, the other, and be like, I think we should give them a chance. They're just
And
nervous.
Teto's going to say, "Yeah, and he's going to turn back to Harmung and be like, "Can we do the regular handshake where our hands are out in front instead of behind our back? It's awkward. We've just fallen twice."
Sure. Yeah.
It is
Harmon
weird
goes
that it's
to
happened
shake,
twice.
Harmon goes to shake Teto's hand, and then he grabs his other hand and ties his hands in front of him instead of behind him.
This is what I feel like I'm constricted now.
I think that's the
I
point.
can't move my hands that much.
Unfortunately, that is kind of the whole point.
These aren't very
as I said, you'll be safe.
airbenders.
As you say that, and as these group of people get closer to you, they do look like some of them are bald, some of them have like small ponytails, or maybe like semblances of like ponytails, but they look a lot more like disheveled. Because I mean, in Teto, he's looked pretty disheveled. But these airbenders have like battle scars, and like one is like missing a portion of his ear, and like they look a lot different to what you're used to hearing or seeing airbenders look like. They look like they've been through it, and maybe have even like put other people through the ringer as well. As they, if you'll let them, begin tying your hands in front of you. And
Ling puts her hands out.
yeah, so they tie you and usher you all to follow them. Harmon goes, should we take the Panther Ray or... I mean, we won't take it. If it's your Panther Ray, you can keep it. Is it going to be dangerous? Will we have to muzzle it?
Absolutely not.
You're not going to muzzle it.
Okay. So it
keeping
won't be
that thing.
dangerous.
It's apparently, yes.
All right.
I think it's really taking the shining to May. Shine
I like it.
to May.
I love it.
And May's taking a shine to it.
Once again, Monroe is going to be the animal.
Yeah, right.
It's just my
To be
line.
fair, this one can only fit two of us, so it's not like...
Yeah.
I guess
There
the
you go.
Haru has an animal companion. So here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a companion.
Mhm.
Yeah, as one of the Balu spiral nomads or whatever approaches you to tie you up. Have you named your singing groundhog yet, Haru?
I have, but I'd like to also do it in the story as well too.
Yes,
And we haven't had a moment.
So your singing groundhog sort of peeks out from your collars and snarls at the nomad. He's,
No, get down.
He sort of looks at you, Haru, and goes, and just after he finishes tying your hands, walks away. And so
Sorry,
yeah,
I
they
had
begin.
some indigestion earlier last night. That was just
Oh, that's what that smell was.
Yep. That's what it is. It smells like
The-
wet groundhog.
The groundhog just been going to the bathroom in Haru's shirt constantly.
No,
No.
no,
Don't
he's
do
He
not.
was very serious. No, that doesn't happen.
Yes,
No.
But yes, they begin ushering you through the jungle. There are airbenders on either side of you, in front of you, and behind you. There are a lot of them. And they begin leading you through the jungle with incredible prowess. You can tell they're pretty familiar around these parts. Yeah. As you guys are walking, Harmung sort of walks alongside Teto and goes, "What did you say your name was?"
My name is Teto of the Orban Spiral, and I still can't move my hands.
Yes, that's once again that's the point, Teto.
That's
You
an odd
monk-
custom. I'm not sure if you were to run across us out there wandering around, we would let your hands be free. That's how we do it. But I guess, is it different? I'm feeling a difference. A different in tradition. How is this keeping with the Yang Chen's teaching? Just is it? I mean, like, what's the symbolism? I guess.
Teto, the spirals have basically scattered. The Eastern Air Temple has all but forgotten what Yang Chen wants them to do and isolated themselves. What even is air nomad tradition anymore?
Well, I mean, I would think that for ones like us, we walk the earth, we travel, and when we encounter a spiritual site that needs protecting or cleansing, we do that. I'm would be doing that with my spiral, but I'm also on a little bit of a spiritual quest myself, looking for spirits. I guess when there's time, when we're not falling down hills or being chased by pirates, or
As you said that,
avoiding
Monk,
coups.
as you said that, Monk Harmong sort of perks up, and he goes, "Maybe you and your friends found your way here for a reason. You'll learn more once we get to where we're going."
Yeah, I don't know. This place is pretty creepy. It reminds me, we really need to be looking for the creeping meadow, which I don't think is around here. This is not a meadow at all. It's much more of a jungle.
Yes.
Danny, is it a rope or what is it that's got us bound?
Yeah, it's like rope. Yeah.
All right, is it okay? This has nothing to do with what's gonna happen or anything, but is it alright if May kind of just I want to like set it a little on fire so it kind of breaks off. But I don't want her to make it noticeable that she doesn't.
You want to
have
singe it.
Yeah.
You want to singe it a little bit. Okay.
So I want to make it look like I'm still bound, but I'm not.
It's a looser.
Okay. Give me
Ready
a.
to go at any moment.
I kind of want to say this is a trick. I think that makes sense because you're sort of tricking them into thinking that
That
you're
I'm still
bound
bound
while you're.
I'm not.
Yeah. Give me a cookie little trick, May.
Okay, so what's it on a 7 and 9? Okay.
And I think you're rolling with creativity.
Yeah.
Yes, creativity.
8.
8 plus 1 for creativity, so a 9.
Again, that's our lucky number for the day.
Hey, I'll take a 9. There are worse things.
So you can pick one out of these 3 options. They either stumble, take +1 for attacking against them. They act foolishly. I tell you what additional opportunity they give you, or they overcommit. They are deceived for some time.
Overcommit. I'm not planning on doing anything right now. I just think it could be handy.
Yes. So for some time, they'll be deceived. So yeah. So you sort of singe your ropes off a little bit, but maybe like you sort of hold them so they're still around your wrists, but they're no longer bound to you. But yes. So yeah, Monk Harmong said what he has said. He goes, maybe you'll find that you and your friends stumbled upon this place for a reason. And yes, very much so is not a meadow. For some reason, the surrounding locals have taken to calling this jungle that. I think maybe it's because it's placed in a deeper portion between the mountains surrounding them. But
You're telling me this is the creeping meadow?
oh yes,
It's a very deceptive name.
Yeah, that's a terrible name.
very much. Why were you looking for the creeping meadow? And yeah, I'm Ling. If anyone wants to be around here, they're not like Harmon isn't like talking quiet.
That's all. That's all I like jump in to say. That's a terrible name, and then just back out.
At this question, Teto is about to tell the whole story about the Earth Sages.
Yeah.
And he looks over and Haru is adjusting his groundhog inside of his collar.
We're looking for a friend of ours we were meant to meet. They left us a very obscure note to meet them in a shack. Was it a shack?
Yeah, it's a shack.
Yeah, in the Twisted Meadow. Where are we? What is this?
Creeping
Meadow.
Creeping
Still
Meadow.
a bad name. It is creepy.
I mean, like, and if we're looking for a shack, I don't know, maybe they mean something different. Like, I don't know, like a boat.
I've never heard of any sort of man-made structure here besides or any structures of any kind besides one. But maybe we can help you all once we
Well,
get.
Hey, Harmung,
Seems
how
nothing.
long have you all been here? What are you doing here? It's so great to see another spiral. It's
Yeah,
really
and you
exciting.
see throughout this conversation, Harmung is seemingly becoming a little more comfortable with Teto. At first, he was very much like, "Is he even like one?" But after talking for a little bit, he's like, "Oh, this guy's definitely a spiral monk." Which I think monks of the spirals maybe have a little bit more of like oh, like you get it, you know.
Teto's like feeling the vibes and glancing back to his friends, being like, "This is gonna be great." You see, I mean, once we're not bound, but after that, I mean, it's gonna be so much fun.
Yes, Teto. We, as you know, spiritual sites have been quite at risk lately. And we, as you might have also heard, we of the Balu Spiral very much so hold ourselves to that duty of protecting the spiritual sites.
Oh wow, that's so noble.
Thank you.
Yes, very noble.
It's on the surface it may seem so, but as I was saying, we have devoted ourselves to protecting one of said spiritual sites, which is actually here among the Creeping Meadow. Not like throughout. It's a site that's been given the name the Singing Path.
Cool name. See, that's a good one.
Yes.
And it doesn't have a shack in it,
I have not
On
heard
it,
of a shack.
around it.
Mm,
It's a path.
no shack. No shack.
Alongside it?
You,
Does it lead to a shack? Have you been to the end of the path?
there are rumors that the center of the Singing Path holds something of innumerable value, and that is why people from throughout the Four Nations take to trying to raid the Singing Path, and that's why we've
That's why you got to protect it. Yeah,
We gotta
totally. I get it. See,
Excuse me.
this guy
Sorry,
gets
I have a
it.
question. I have a question.
yes. You in the back there.
What? So, you seem like you don't actually know what's at the end or center of the path.
We don't
So you-
need to know what's in the center of the path.
No. Okay. No,
Yeah,
I
we
understand.
don't need to
you
know.
Spiritualism, very great. However, couldn't you just go and then say what's actually there so people don't keep coming to try to take it?
Oh yeah.
and if it is
is.
something valuable, you could
Worth
just
it, yeah.
lie.
that's a good point.
But
Dude.
you know,
Do you really think the types of people who would raid a spiritual site would believe the monks protecting the spiritual site?
yeah, but you could say something boring that's important to you, and then they would be like, "Oh,
My
makes
question still
sense. That's why they're
stands.
still there."
Maybe.
Well, yeah, but why would they have any reason to question that?
I
Ling,
think that would work on.
I was gonna say, truthfully, monks are bad at lying.
I was gonna say.
You know
that.
what? No, you've convinced me instantly.
Yeah. Yes, you're so right. You're so right.
All right. Well, maybe I can lie for you. I don't know.
I was going to say that might work on the majority of the people who take to this, but I think that this group, the Ghost Spiders, are past any convincing.
Ghost spiders? Or
Spiders?
tigers?
Right, tigers, ghost tigers. Sorry, when Penny initially wrote them, he wrote Ghost Spiders, but then he decided to rebrand them as Ghost Tigers.
There's
Oh,
like
dude,
a
get
cat
with the
theme going
rebrand.
on.
They're just constantly rebranding.
Didn't
But
test
yes, as
well
I
in the
said,
market.
you'll learn so much more once I bring you to my sister, which is up now. As you notice now that you guys have stopped, and as you look up in like a little bit past the fog, you see what seems to be these lights up there, and several of the monks begin air stepping along the trees up.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
I can't do that.
It's all right.
I could do
We
that,
have-
but
I'm
my
gonna
Yeah.
hands
try.
are bound.
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. That's idiotic.
It's all right. We have lifts, and he brings you around some trees, and there are in fact lifts that you guys like. They're sort of like rock climbing harnesses that they have to like put you guys in, and then begin lifting you guys up. It's a
This is incredibly
somewhat of an-
embarrassing.
Yeah, somewhat of an embarrassingly tedious process.
I feel very vulnerable right now.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like
Peter
how
just
high up we are.
Dangling, just like
You hear this, Peter?
like, like we're just swinging.
But eventually you are lifted among the fog of the canopy, and you're presented with this network of these circular huts connected by these wooden like rope bridges,
Cool.
and you are led into a particularly large hut, not too much larger than the other ones, but pretty big, in which is standing. Sam just asked, "Is this Endor in the private chat?" Yes, there are Ewoks.
No. Sorry.
You are taken to this hut where you see this airbender woman standing with several other ones. Teto, you instantly notice your old friend Zadi.
Oh my God, Zadi! What's happening?
Teto, what the heck?
That's what I said too, but I said it differently. I said, "What's happening?" I meant to say, "What the heck?" because that's our thing.
Harmon, what's going on here? That makes a lot of sense, actually. I forget that you're from the Urban Spiral. Okay, never mind. Dear sister, while I scroll to remember the name.
Dear sister.
Pamash? Okay, sorry. Teto, how do you pronounce this? Pamashon? Pamashon?
Parmesan.
Parmesan. He goes. Sorry. Harmon goes, Parmesan. This is the source of the commotion that we heard. And the air nomad woman goes, "Oh my god. It's people. Okay. Very interesting."
We are pretty interesting. We've been through some stuff. We've only known each other for a short time, but we've got some stories to tell you.
Well, we're not all
Uh,
interesting. Just most of us.
Oh no, Ling, you're pretty interesting. I mean, like a little bit touchy sometimes, but that's interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Also, don't think we're not going to talk about you like attacking those pirates. That was.
I don't know
yeah,
what
that's
you're talking about.
All right. we'll talk about
Sorry.
it later.
Okay. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, our hands.
Before.
Can we? I have an itch on my back, and I need my hands.
She turns to the Orban Spiral monk girl, Zadi. Goes, "Zadi, you trust him?" Zadi goes, "Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's Teto. That's Teto of the Urban Spiral. We go way back. He's cool.
You know what? I get that actually.
Teto, are they cool?" Pointing to your three friends.
They're so cool. I mean, as cool as you. I don't know. It's hard to compare. You're both all great. Just wonderful people.
Just said I
Zadi
was
turns to
touchy.
Parmesan.
Well, Ling. Okay,
nods that.
again, like we sure we got to work some stuff out, Ling. You and me. You missed the campfire.
I was kind of conscious.
While you guys are talking, Parmesan sort of like with her hands with a gentle motion wisps some air towards you, and the air goes in between the knots of your bounds and unties them. And
Tetro's
she's
like,
Isn't
I think
airbending
Parmesan
cool?
also senses it was weirdly easier for maze bounds.
Yeah, I
They
just,
just
kinda,
fall
like put my
off.
hands up and like yeah,
They just fall off.
like
Okay. All right. Yes. So I'm just going to assume then that you're not in allegiance with the Ghost Tigers.
Teto is
Um,
scratching his back
what?
furiously.
I'm sorry. What is a ghost tiger? We've been called that like 4 times since we've been here.
Sorry.
What?
I'm.
What are
I'm-
you? Why are
first of all,
you
my-
here?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pamashon. Me and my
Pamashon.
brother Harmung lead the Walu Spiral, which is the group of people before and among you. Yes, the ghost tigers. We that's the reason we were called here, and we were told to stay here because there is this group of Dao Fei called the ghost tigers. Did I say spiders again? I'm so sorry.
I
just-
think you
just
almost
know
said
what that
busters.
rebrand. Yes, the Ghostbusters, the Ghostmisters. Um,
You know,
and
come-
You sure it wasn't the
You're-
Ghostbusters who called you?
they are very adamantly trying to not just get to. I think some of them have even broken past their defenses and gotten in the singing path. I'm sure Harmung has told you a little bit of what we're doing, Teto, but yes, we were tasked to defend the spiritual site here against the ghost tigers.
cool.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Isn't that great, y'all?
Yeah, looks like you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're kind of trying to find our friend in a shack, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask, because ideally there are no humans here near the singing path, in the singing path, but because of recent times, there have had to been. So I was going to ask why you're here. You're trying to find your friend in a shack, in the singing
That's where he
path,
said he
or
would
in the jungle.
we
Yeah,
don't know. We got May show him the note.
was it a written note or was it like written?
It was a written note. Yeah.
Written.
Oh,
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
pull it out of my pocket and hand it over.
She grabs it and goes, "Yeah, that's very interesting. Yes, that Creeping Meadow shack. We are in the jungle. That's called Creeping Meadow, but I've never heard of a shack here. I guess
but
these
you've
are
also never been to the center of the singing path. Is that what it's called? Singing path.
yes. No, we haven't. There's
So there could be a shack there. You have no idea.
I guess there could. I would not like to hear how Wrong would respond if he were to find 4 brand new humans now want to also go to the center of the singing path.
Who's wrong?
Wrong is
Not us. Usually we're right.
Yeah.
Wrong is the spirit protector
Oh,
of
that makes
the
more
singing
sense.
path.
Okay. So like a spirit, like.
It's very much so a spirit. Sorry, what are all your names?
Well, I'm
I'm
Ling
Teto.
Harang. That's Teto.
That's Ling.
That's me.
I'm
Ling
hard.
Harang is my name. Just to be clear.
I'm May.
All right, yes, pleasure to meet you. Yes.
This is great. I'm just really enjoying myself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so are you sure you've really mapped out all of the meadow?
That's sort of the meadow.
'Cause
Yeah,
there could be some part of it that you haven't seen.
could be some part of it. You're right.
Maybe.
We've mapped out a hefty part of it, but we could try to help the 4 of you in maybe leading you to some of the parts that we haven't mapped out fully and searching
Great.
for this.
Yes.
He's shack of yours.
He's very nice. I don't know if it's helpful at all. He's also a very spiritual person. So I
Oh,
don't know, maybe
friend?
that. Yes. That's
Okay.
probably why
why
he knew
didn't
about
he
this
just
place.
why didn't he just lead you guys to the shack?
We were being chased
Okay. Oh,
by pirates. I think Teto mentioned that just a moment ago.
so he got
Yeah,
like
that
a
was
little
right
bit
after
ahead
the
of you.
coup.
and-
We're not really sure why he left ahead of us. Are we? We're not, right? Like he just
I
kind of.
mean, the note kind of seems to imply someone took him. That's what's bothering me. So our working theory is that the shack is at the center of the singing path.
or as okay, this changes everything. So your friend was kidnapped.
Well,
That's what
that
we
is what the
think.
note says. I forgot.
All right. All right.
Some would say
um,
compelled.
You had a
Forcefully.
concussion. You had a concussion.
I'm still having trouble. I don't think my
Haru,
accent is even consistent
you're
anymore.
good. I hear it. The NPCs hear it in the fiction. They hear the accent. So Nick, you don't need to. If
She's
keep
concussed. That's why.
um Haru, as I told Ling Krong, there are some portions of the singing of the Creeping Meadow that we haven't. Now I'm getting a weird accent. Weird that we haven't mapped out yet, and we will happily help you guys search for the shack.
If we, yep, there it is.
We've been solicited for a lot of favors, so it's nothing
Yeah.
new. What did you want us to do?
So there was word of a small group of ghost tigers who have made it the probably furthest into the singing path that anyone has before, and Gyemtsen has lost track of them. I'm sorry, Gyemtsen is the monk who first tasked herself the duty of protecting the singing path. A monk of the Eastern Air Temple, and she has lost track of them, and she needs help finding them. We have some of our own there right now who we haven't heard back from. It's been 3 weeks. And so I guess that's what we would need help with. And the entire time, Harmong is like nodding yes, and Zadi is
Tenno's
like,
nodding yes,
Zadi's
too.
like sort of just smiling, just amused by this entire interaction. But yeah, Pamasha goes, so if you could help with that, it seems you have. I was told that you have a Panther Ray companion.
Yeah, he's new.
Yes.
Did you bring that from outside the jungle, or I've only ever seen those?
No, we met
images?
him here.
Hey, that is insane. I didn't even know they were. I didn't know you could like break them like that, but that's crazy.
And May can do anything, and I pat her on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that honestly, that Panther Ray would be incredibly useful in the search for not just the ghost tigers, but now our lost.
This sounds great. I think we will work together. We both benefit. You help us. We help you. I don't see how this could possibly go wrong.
Oh wow! You
yes.
said that out loud.
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
What do you say? Did you guys get enough sleep? What do you say we eat some breakfast and I lead you guys? I get a group of.
It's pretty late for breakfast. What time is it?
No, it's about breakfast time. Like,
Yeah,
Probably
it's probably
6
like
a.m., 7 a.m.
Yeah, it's like 6-7 a.m.
Oh, is that the sun rising? Oh, I think my whole eternal clock is incredibly thrown off.
Looking at you guys, I think you guys probably have like visible bags under your eyes. She'll say,
I'm fine.
"Second thought,
I feel
if
great.
you'd like, you can take a little time to rest. If you'd, like I said, they've been gone for 3 weeks. I have all the. I don't think they're dead. The monks that we have sent, they're very capable. Of
They were
holding
gone
their
for 3 weeks, and you don't think they're dead?
own. We've had some very long incursions into the singing path and near it.
What the hell is it that it's like? Sorry, hell does not
it's-
exist.
It's
What is it?
exciting.
That it's just like this place that's so impenetrable.
Yeah. So
but
you've
also
asked. So
liberating.
you've asked if we've mapped out most of the creeping meadow. We have. If you were to ask if we've mapped out the singing path, I would say that's impossible because it changes.
Awesome, fantastic. Thank you.
Mm.
Yes, but it's possible to get out of.
Possible. Wow, that's so reassuring.
how probable is it that you get out?
We most of the time the groups that we send in get out.
All right.
That sounds probable.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's who gets it.
What do you all think? I say yes.
I think it's the only way we're gonna find this shack.
We say yes.
I think I need a healer because I think I was actually in a momentary coma last
we
night
say yes, but
because I should
after
not
a
have
short
fallen
rest.
asleep with a concussion.
Yeah.
I completely understand. You guys look like you've been through it. How did you even get here? This
We fell.
jungle was sort of that makes sense. Yes, I think that's how the majority of people
Twice
stumble upon this place. Oh,
in like a short period of time.
huh. Well, don't fall here because we're very up high.
Hmm.
But that was a joke. I'm sorry.
Was that a threat?
No. Yes.
I sound like a threat.
Everyone's threatening us.
You guys can take your time to rest if you want. You can have some breakfast. Tatsu, it's very lovely to meet a nomad of the Orban Spiral.
I mean, like, it sounds like Zadi's been here for a while, so I'm sure our reputation precedes us. Zadi is the most shining example of anyone from the Orban Spiral. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I sort of left because I got bored of them.
Zadi does her own thing. She's a free spirit, and we're okay with that over at the Orban Spiral. Isn't that right, Zadi?
Yeah.
I can't wait to catch up with you.
All right. Yes. So it seems like Ling Hong wants to go find a healer. Harmong and Pamashu sort of say, yeah, you're free to do whatever you want. I think Pamashu just says that the next morning, that's when you guys can leave for the singing path. So you guys have an entire day to do whatever you want. Ling Krong, some of the nomads do lead you to healers that they have. They're very much so not like the waterbending healers that you're used to. They're more so like herbalists, like using the
That's cool.
using like the
Whatever.
wildlife of the creeping meadow to heal, and so you can spend some time in there. Teto, I'm guessing you take some time to catch up with Zadi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice. Yeah, we can get to that. Haru and May, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna.
Sorry, you go.
It's okay. I'm gonna eat and then try to find something for the panther ray to eat.
Yeah. And I think because the panther can't really maneuver up here, you see the panther's just like, because there are like nomads among the ground beneath these group of shacks because they need to like forage, they need to like gather wood and stuff like that. And so the panther is just sort of among them. And so so you can grab food, and you'll just have to get back down to feed the panther. But yeah, that's definitely something that you're able to do. Harry, what are you doing?
I guess Haru will find a place to sit down, and then I'll be like, "All right, you can come out now."
Yeah, your groundhog is and he gets out of there. He looks like he's just like been like hot, like almost. I don't think groundhogs can sweat, but like his like fur looks like disheveled as he's just been in your shirt that entire time during all of that. And he hops up onto the table and like shakes himself off.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Hey, we haven't gotten a chance, but thank you. I took a gamble on you, and it paid off. Thanks for finding my friends, bringing them back to me.
And he has one hand on his hip, the other in a thumbs up in front of him.
I'm sorry. Sorry I took you from. I'm sure you had a good laugh there on the Bayfront Estate.
He sort of shrugs.
I mean, you could go back if you wanted to. You don't have to stay with me.
He sort of takes a moment to think. And he sort of like walks around and he grabs some like forks and sticks them like in the table around him to sort of form this cage. And he looks at you and he goes, he starts putting his hands around him. and he points to you and him, and then he emerges from the cage of forks that he's made, and with his hands like out around him, he's like looking around and goes, and he points to you again and points to himself, sort of gesturing that he was encaged in the Beifong estate, and you took him out, and now he's only just been encaged in your shirt for a little bit.
Yeah. I think there's like a somberness falls over Haru's face. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. People pulling you out of your cage. All right. Well, if you're gonna stick with me, I think probably need a name for you, huh? What about King? You like that?
He sort of refashions his hair on his head to like form this like scraggly crown, and he goes,
Yeah. All right. I like King too.
all right. And
All
at this point, he climbs up your shirt onto your head and just nestles right on top of your head and just lays down.
So cute.
Oh,
And I think I'll just sit back down then too and close my eyes.
I love it. I want to cut back to May. You found some food. Because we just went from one animal scene, I want to cut to another one. You found some food for the panther ray, and you asked a monk to help slowly lower you down. And you see the panther ray sort of just like pacing on the ground as the various air nomads on the ground who are foraging sort of like get scared whenever they turn and notice him, but try their best to ignore it, not to look in its eyes. And as it sees you, it sort of just like looks at you, and it stops where moving, and it becomes like a little more calm, but it's still just like looking at you, just like staring at you.
So I just walk up and I'm like, it's all right. I don't know if you ate or anything, or if you can even understand me, but I brought this for you. Is it chained up or anything, or tied?
No, it's
Is
not.
it
It's
just
not
kinda
chained up
there?
or anything. They didn't even want to try chaining it up because they didn't
Yeah.
want to know what it would do if they tried doing that. So it's just sort of just been wandering out there. And mind you, all the food that you were able to find is all just like fruits and vegetables.
I mean, I don't know what it eats, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
try anyway.
Yeah, I think if you hold some food out, it winces for a little bit. But then like the flaps on the side of its head begin like wiggling a little bit, and it begins like sniffing your food. And after a moment it does like eat from your hand a little bit.
Mhm.
But as soon as the food's gone, it does back away a little bit.
All right, I get it. Well, you're still here, so I don't know why. You can leave if you want to, but my friends and I need your help. I don't know if you can understand that, but only if you want to help, like I
As you
promise.
say that, sorry, yeah. Sorry, do you say anything else? You
I was gonna
promise.
say like I promise. I won't keep you here. You at any moment you can always leave.
Yeah, and I think at that, in an almost like eerily, but still like you're not too taken aback to this as much as you thought you'd be, but in an almost like eerily human way, it sort of nods and closes its eyes at you as it now like sits down like any cat would.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm guessing
Yeah,
that means you're gonna stay.
Yeah.
Can I? Is there a way that I can tell if it's a, boy or girl, or does it matter or anything like that?
I think it's a boy.
Okay. Okay.
And Sam just asked what sounds do panther rays make, I think besides like the shrieking that it made with like, or like the growling with like that undertone of clicking, it hasn't really made any sound since. It's like pretty quiet. Maybe like you hear like an exhale from it because obviously it has to breathe. But yeah, it's been pretty just dead silent.
Right.
Yes.
Is it right if I just sit next to it?
Yeah.
Just kind of like just be with it for a little bit.
Yeah, if he sits next to it, sort of just like for a little bit looks at you, but then just begins observing the various air nomads around it.
Mhm.
Where King is a very cute and cuddly groundhog, this Panther Ray definitely has a little bit more of like an authority around it, right? It's just sort of
Mhm.
there, almost like the proudness of a dragon, right? But yes, very good, very nice. We're coming up on time. I think I want one more scene. I'm deciding if we want to go with Teto and Zadi or see what Ling Rong does with that healer. See what Ling Rong does to that healer.
Yeah. Ling is getting some rest. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. All right.
Probably Teto.
Yeah. So let's
I think there's more interesting things going on over there.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You don't want to know what sort of herbs they're making you eat?
Yeah, man. What sort of herbs they're smearing on you?
The
Oh, I'm well aware.
acupuncture?
Yeah. So, Teto, you're sort of just walking next to Zadi. Maybe she's like, maybe you asked for a tour or something, and she's opted to like.
Zadi,
like,
you gotta show me around this place. It's so cool. They live up in trees. That's wild.
Yeah. Teto, I'm gonna be so honest. You can only do
Yes.
so much with circular shacks hanging from trees. They pretty much all look the same, Teto.
I mean, yeah, but you know, where we come from, we didn't have like tree homes. I mean, we have homes made out of robes that we would carry on our backs, and then string up between, I guess, trees or rocks, or sometimes just out under the stars.
All right. Yeah. I can take you around. And Zadi takes you around for a little bit. Maybe there's small talk for a little bit here and there. Are there any questions of note that you think you'd ask that you'd want to like address in the
I'd want to know. I mean, there's two ways. I want to know how she ended up here, and then I want to know like what she thinks of these other air nomads. It's so cool. There's other air nomads. How do they live?
Yeah, she goes, honestly, Tacho, as soon after you left, I really thought for some reason or another, if anyone were to leave, that I would probably end up leaving before you. But hey, you can't choose when people get a spiritual calling, so that's fine.
I mean, I didn't choose mine.
Exactly, yes. But yeah, so I'd say you had an influence of it, and also Orban he showed a little bit of concern for spiritual sites, but nothing from any of the other nomads I've seen compares to how the Balu Spiral takes the duty that Yang Chen gave us. And so I guess that's another reason as to why I decided to come here.
Oh wow! So you really got called really to the calling, and Yang Chen, setting those rules down. You're just really following, which is really weird because I didn't really think of you as a rule follower.
I mean,
you're always, you always seem so
rule,
cool. And
if rule following means knocking some heads with the Balu Spiral, then
I'm sorry, what?
I said if rule following involves knocking some heads with the Balu Spiral, then I'm going to do it.
Is that? I don't get that slang. What is the knocking of the heads? Is that where you like get real close? Is it to shave your head? Using one razor, two razors, one head.
Zadi puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, Teto, I missed you.
Oh, same.
I did want to ask though. We were told to not mention this to you guys, but
Oh,
I
okay.
trust
Well,
you, Teto.
Oh, I trust you too.
Do you or any of your friends have anything to do with those sounds of explosions that we heard yesterday?
Sounds of explosions. You know what? I can't lie to you. There are a lot of explosions around me and these other people who I've been hanging out with, like much more than I would expect.
Why?
You so do you know Fung?
Who?
He's our friend. Yeah. He's he's like we said, he's spiritual in a very
Hey?
like sage-like manner from like the Earth Kingdom. He's like an Earth Sage. He's an Earth Sage.
He's an Earth Sage? Okay. He's like an Earth Sage or he's an Earth Sage?
No, he is an Earth Sage.
He is an Earth Sage. Okay. Okay. And that's the friend. Is that the friend that got kidnapped?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Fung my
And
guy.
Fung makes explosions?
No. Evidently, Earth Sages, and he pulls her in. They're being hunted. Somebody is trying to wipe them out and take all of their knowledge. It boggles my mind because I just feel like if they're wiped out, then we're gonna lose a bunch of knowledge. Like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah, that's...
Why wouldn't you want to learn about history and think critically about things?
Yeah, that isn't good. So the people who are hunting your Earth Sage friend what you're saying is they're probably responsible for what we heard?
I think so. Yeah, it's there's too many. It all lines up.
I don't even know what source of power can make something like that. Even just hearing it, I could just sense the destructiveness of it. It's just...
Oh yeah, no, it's real bad. Like, you don't want to be on the other side of it. Like, we've barely survived. The way that I don't get caught up in it is I don't think about it and I just look forward. Seriously, don't think about the past at all. Just look to the future.
All right. You haven't really changed, Teto.
Oh, thanks.
I think that's a good thing.
Maybe. Huh?
All right. Well, this is in a lot of news. I'm gonna have to take some time to take it in.
Well, tell me more about the Balu spiral again. Like how what's going on? The staying in one place. Has it really been that bad at the Singing Path that
it's been really bad, and I can't help but think that not only you and your friends, but your Earth Sage, the people hunting him, I think that they might have all been brought here for a reason. Might just be the spiritual teachings that we're all so used to, but I don't know.
Oh, I like it when things happen for a reason. Zadi, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you, Teto. And she sort of daps you up, pats you on the back.
The old Orban spiral dap.
Yep. And we sort of pan out. As for a moment we see the huts and the wooden bridges of this canopy, but as we zoom out, it quickly becomes veiled by the fog of the canopy of creeping meadow jungle place. And that's where we will leave for now. Until we get to next week.
Dope.
Yeah.
Very dope.
So I don't want to go to the Singing Path.
Yeah, neither do I. This is a horrible deal.
Sounds
We might be able to help you find your friend. If you go into this place, you might be able to get out of. What? Excuse me?
it's a lot of bites.
I didn't like how unsure that answer was.
Here's what I'm gonna say, Monroe. I don't think you need. I'm not gonna be like, all right, you have to take the move that gives you a rideable animal companion now. I think you can if you want, but I think you guys can just, as like time goes, as you're with this panther, right? You can just have it, you know.
Oh, thanks, man.
Maybe if you do take that move, then it'll just ensure that you'll keep it. But I don't think you have to. I don't want to like lock you into that.
Well, and we just wouldn't get the mechanical benefits.
And yeah, you just wouldn't get the mechanical benefit. Yeah.
You don't get a clear fatigue. Right.
Hmm.
Well, what happens if I do? Like, I can just take you right now, or is that like something I have
Oh no,
to
no,
like
you
do
would just
something
take it
later?
next time you roll.
Yeah,
Yeah. The next advancement.
No, you've got
Yeah.
to grow, May.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, I didn't have it before, but like, how does that work to just
Yeah.
get the animal companion thing? So, all right.
Very fun. Wow, that was insane. Lots of
Yeah, I did not see that coming
did.
at all.
I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah.
That's
That
really
was
cool.
Fantastic.
Justin, do you have anything for the folks back home?
I got nothing.
Nice.
And he's got nothing for you.
Nothing for you.
I mean, we did just record a whole episode for you, so hopefully
We did.
it's a little
We did that.
appreciative.
Yeah, check out
liked
our Fantasy Force in the Dark campaign.
Yes. Having a lot of fun with that.
Sundays. That'll be
It's
this
very
Sunday.
cool.
It's pretty dope.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. All right. Bye.
Later,
See ya.
cat